doing I don't know what.
What do you mean?
Since like a week ago, like there's like a ton of like extra noise sometimes.
I wonder why. Because I mean, it's not.
It sounds like the bracelet thing that I was telling you about. Like sounds.
And I have nothing. I have nothing on me that would make noise.
Ooh, nothing on you.
Nothing on me.
Ooh. The Natalie Newell story.
Yeah.
All right, so we are live on the YouTubes.
Okay.
I hate this. How many
YouTube.
tabs I have to have up? I need like a second computer to run this stuff. That way I can just have a clean screen of things so I know like what buttons where to hit. And all right, we're live on Facebook, maybe. In like a minute.
Okay.
There it goes.
Okay. So we're good?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. All right, so can I just jump right in?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just get started. Okay. This podcast contains language that is not appropriate for children, including grundlefucker, vanihari, dipstick, spunk bubble, and Andrew Wakefield.
And that was perfect, except the Zencastr isn't recording your track for some reason.
Oh.
You want to reload that?
Like that.
This is why we edit and don't do live stuff.
Yeah, let me reload that. Okay. All right.
Let's try that again.
Is it recording me now?
I have no idea.
Is it? Well, are we going to just hope that it is? Okay.
I think it is.
All right, cool.
I think I see the waveform thing. The little.
Okay, so I'm going to go and we'll just hope that it's working. All right. This podcast contains language that is not appropriate for children, including grundlefucker, vanihari, dipstick, spunk bubble, and Andrew Wakefield.
What in vaccination?
That's that's a meme now, isn't it? A tarnation.
Are we getting tired of it yet?
I guess like I didn't really realize what it was. So yeah, I think I'm tired of it because I don't know if I think it's funny.
We kill it like the Cincinnati Zoo killed Harambe.
Can we just there it is.
Not a joke. That's not funny. There's nothing funny about a gorilla dying. Why would you joke about that?
I'm sorry.
This cost us so many listeners.
I know. Sorry. I'm really sorry. All right, who's bringing us this episode tonight?
Well, tonight's episode of the Science Enthusiast podcast is brought to you by Tucker Carlson, host of the Fox News show. It's intelligently named Tucker Carlson Tonight. Give me a second. You can't do this. This is why we edit.
I'm not going to look at you while you say this.
And this is not made like more awkward by my parents sitting like 5 feet away. Focus broadband, you can do this. Ladies, when you want a sexy 40-something white male who yells over people, the kind of guy who will ask you a question without giving you a chance to reply, interrupt you, and tell you that you're wrong. Someone who is an extreme skeptic who asks incredibly intelligent questions like, when will the next ice age have happened? We're kind of talking about your dream hunk here. The type of pundit whose chin just kind of gives up halfway through and just turns into his neck. Then you should tune into Tucker Carlson Tonight because fuck you.
Congratulations for just getting through.
It's going to sound so much better when it airs tomorrow and I can edit all those pauses out where I was laughing. I won't even know. I'm going to leave this part. They're going to be like, that sounded great, Dan. Like, what's the problem there?
But I like extreme skeptics. What woman doesn't want an extreme skeptic?
Right. We have extreme vetting. Now we have extreme skepticism, which turns into it's code for denialism, which is not unlike what the extreme vetting is, because the vetting process already takes almost 2 years. So I don't know how much more extreme you want unless you're going to make it like 20 years. And so, all these people just die because,
kick it up to 11.
It's their fault for living in war-torn countries. It's not our fault, not our problem. There's no way that could come back to bite us in the ass. But this video that we're talking about is Bill Nye, of course, did a live Facebook thing with with Bernie yesterday on Facebook, talking about climate change and things like that. And he goes on like this Tucker Carlson show, who I've not heard of this dude, but apparently he's a thing.
He's a thing.
And
a conservative thing.
Yeah, and the nicest thing I could say is that his chin just kind of gives up, because it does. But he's just asking just the dumbest questions and then not even giving Bill a chance to respond, and it doesn't make any sense. His whole thing is, well, how, to what degree have humans affected climate change? Like something that a question he knows nobody can answer. And he's using that as his gotcha, like climate change isn't real because you can't tell me to what degree. Like what a dumb question.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's this video where I forget, what did he call Bill right in the beginning? He said like he was Bill Nye what did he call him? Like the something guy.
I don't think I don't know that he called him anything like that. I know that the video that I found it was like Bill the lying guy or whatever.
Bill Nye the lying. Yeah, that's right.
Which is incredibly like intelligent and not juvenile at all.
No. That's, somebody just had that brilliant idea. Like, let's clickbait this video that already is like kind of clickbait.
Just 9 minutes of old white guy yelling at Bill Nye.
Yeah.
But anyway, we have a show to do here.
We do.
And thank you for listening to the Science Enthusiast podcast. My name is Dan Broadbent, and as always, I am joined by my awesome friend, Natalie Newell.
Hey, so nice to be talking to you as we've been talking for the past, hour and 40 minutes, hour and a half. We've already spent a good amount of time together tonight. So this is actually the end of our time together, but it's the beginning of the show. I do this. This is the thing. It's like I believe in transparency with our audience. Like,
well, and I believe in what we talk about in our pre and post production meetings that we have like every single night, too, mind you.
Right.
We do so many meetings. Like our meetings have meetings for the show. But
our Google Docs have Google Docs.
Hold on. This is a good segue. Speaking of meetings, we recently were extended an invitation to join the Blog Talk Radio Network, and we accepted because we're whores for money. Is that what we want to say? No, we don't want to say that. We don't want to say that.
We're shills for big podcast.
No, but nothing about the content of the show is going to change. It's going to be the same shitposty, and sometimes we have people on that are much smarter than us to talk about things to kind of elevate what we do here. But
they go high, we go low.
Right. The only difference you will notice in the content is there will be some ads in the show. So sorry, thank you. But the bonus here, if you don't want to listen to ads, you can become a patron and just bypass all that and get an ad-free version of that. So we'll still have those posted on the Patreon page at patreon.com/TSE podcast. So, just $1 and you don't have to listen to
whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
We're going to learn about this as we go. So it's a journey we're taking together, but I still somehow get to
talk about, I hope.
Oh,
I wonder if they like pick up on like what we talk about or like what the notes say. And so if I can like distort like what it's saying to be like something like completely off the wall.
We did an episode where we talked about jizz for like 20 minutes of the entire show. So I don't know what that would get us, but I guess I'd kind of be curious to see what that would get us.
I'm equal parts curious and aroused. So,
well, speaking of that, I have no good segue.
Again, segue. Speaking of aroused, why don't you tell us about our God of the Week?
All right. So, this week, instead of an actual God, I'm going with like a saint of the week. And this is thanks to Emily, who is a great friend of the show, who is a great friend of yours. And
one could say, one can make that argument.
And I think she's awesome. And so she gave the idea, that there are fucking saints for like every single thing. So I remember her saying that there was a saint for like unattractive people. And so I looked that up. I think my Google search today was like weird Catholic saints. And so I come upon Saint Drogo, who is the patron saint of a number of things that don't really go together. There's coffee houses, ugly people, midwives, mute persons, and cattle. Like it's like somebody
cattle don't technically speak words, so I see the connection between cattle and mute people. Midwives are kind of dangerous, so
that is
mute people are dangerous. What are you trying to say here, Natalie? Like
I'm not like I'm trying to just.
What kind of controversy are you starting here?
A big one, a big controversy. So I'm going to tell you all about Saint Drogo. So, okay, so here's where I get the midwife part, okay? So his mother died when he was born. So
because she had a midwife.
The midwife fucked up. So once Drogo learned the reason for his mom's death, he held himself responsible. So he lived his life with all this like I killed my mom guilt.
And funny story, at least that's consistent with the Catholic faith in that, you're guilt. No matter what you do, you're wrong and you're an evil person and you should feel so sorry for shit you have no control over.
Basically that. So there's that part. He has the, mom death guilt. So whatever, he lived his life with that. But so the thing that he was supposedly able to do, which I guess earned him the sainthood, because like saints are kind of magic, right? In my mind, I think they're magic or supposedly magic. So Drogo was reportedly able to bilocate, which refers to the ability to, be present in two locations at the same time. So here's the thing though.
Or he lied about it.
But let's imagine though that like witnesses.
We don't want to invite fantasy into a discussion about religion. This is not fair.
It's fact. This is all fact. And this happened that witnesses claim to have seen Drogo working in the fields and going to mass at the same time. But so like, whatever, that's fine if that's what they saw and believe. But my big question is like, okay, if I was legitimately able to be in two places at the same time, I'm not going to fucking pick the fields. And
I'm not going to be in a field. Like, I'm not going to be in a church.
Like, fuck that. Like, no, like, let's have fun in two places instead of, oh, I want to work and then I want to pray. Neither of those things sound awesome. So pass.
I will venture a speculation here that maybe these people didn't know how to tell time. Like, exactly. So maybe they're like 5 minutes off and maybe, they don't know, what time it is, or, they can't write things down.
So any of that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, this happened, I'm using huge air quotes, 900 years ago.
Happened a while ago.
It's been a minute. And
it's been a minute since he was in two shitty places at once.
It's kind of like that entire book that was written by people who never saw or talked to Jesus 75 years after he died. Like, kind of like that book, too.
Kind of like that. So let me just, I guess, finish up his story where I get to where he becomes later the patron saint of ugly people or unattractive people. I guess let's say it in a nicer way.
Unattractive. Come on.
Unattractive. Sorry. I'm not going to be a dick here. I know. I'm sorry. So during one of his pilgrimages, Drogo, and again, like clarification, this is not the Game of Thrones, Khal Drogo. If anyone was curious, not the same character, even though they're both equally fictitious.
I've never seen a single episode of Game of Thrones.
Well, whatever, that's lame. But so during one of his pilgrimages, he was stricken with this like unsightly, like bodily like affliction. He became deformed and scary looking, and everyone was scared. Like the townspeople were afraid of him when he was in his 20s. So he's still pretty young.
This was sudden acute onset ugly.
Something. Yes. Yeah. The ugly came on quickly.
Did I just diagnose him?
You just diagnosed him. He's in his 20s. He's pretty young. So anyways, they built a cell for him in the town, more to like protect the local citizens of the village, like from his disgusting appearance. But whatever. Yeah. So I'm telling the story, dude. Like I'm telling the story. So
I'm sorry. And I'm stepping on your, like, look at me.
You're like, you don't believe this, and you don't believe how special he was. Like he was.
I'm an extreme skeptic.
You're an extreme skeptic, and since he was so holy, though, like they built his cell attached to his church, so that he was able. Like he had no human contact. He had a little window, and you want to know what he got to eat? He had barley, he had water, and he had the Eucharist. So he just ate Jesus. And then he died, and then he became a saint. What a shitty fucking life!
I mean, I guess the bread doesn't have yeast in it, so it's not. He can't even make beer out of that.
No, he cannibalized Jesus.
Because that's a thing. Like that's not like the first thing that made me question like
your faith
in Catholicism.
Yeah. So, but anyways, I think that Catholicism is funny for a lot of reasons, but
crazy.
They have saints for everything. So, when you're in the coffee shop or you're thinking about unattractive people, midwives, mute persons, and cattle, I was going to call him Cal Drogo. Saint Drogo is your man to like.
Why not Count Drogo? Wouldn't that work?
No, the Drogo from Game of Thrones, he's not ugly. I was thinking of, you don't know. You wouldn't know.
I have no idea.
You wouldn't know. It's okay. But thank you, Emily, for putting this idea in my head to Google weird Catholic saints. And yeah. That's it. Saint of the week.
Okay.
All right, so now why we love the internet.
I'm going to try to. I love the description here. Okay.
So thank Tom Williamson for that.
This week, the reason we love the internet is the Twitter account yahooanswers.txt. And who do we have to thank for sharing this with us?
So we have our friend Tom Williamson, who does the Skeptic Canary podcast. He's a British friend of ours, and he gave us a Twitter account that made me actually LOL. And I wrote, yes.
But did you LMAO?
I just LOL'd, but okay. but pretty vigorously. So
that's what she said. So the description is real questions from Yahoo Answers that we can all relate to. And then the best part, maybe, DMs are open. So direct message. I guess if you have your own question.
Yeah. So the one though that Tom posted when I asked people on Facebook, like, hey, who has a reason why we love the internet? So he puts a link, I open it. And so what it says is, this is actually a question that somebody submitted to Yahoo. How can I get back at my
See, I was about to say, you get a raise. You'll get.
I can't.
Like 1%. You'll get 81% of what I make. But no, you're still stuck at 80%.
So
it says, how can I get back at my mom without shoving pizza crust up my butt?
Like that's a question.
That's a real question somebody asked.
That somebody.
In the top reply, I'm gonna need some context for that one. I don't know what context you would need. And the top reply to that is a screenshot of the question. How to get pizza crust out of my anus? ? So we took a declarative statement, but added how to it. And
oh God.
That's maybe somebody joking, maybe they're not. It's just my experience with humans is maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah, and then you go to the actual Twitter feed and scroll through some of these, and I don't know, there's I have found a weird looking rock with an exclamation point and a question mark, or where can I meet fine, it's supposed to say fine ass bitches on Yahoo Answers, I'm looking for a real love. And the punctuation on some of these things is cringeworthy in itself. So how do I get my dad not to dance when I'm trying to do homework? That's a question everybody asks, I guess. I don't know.
And some of these are obviously just made up, or you're going to run out of content. It recycle stuff a little bit.
Yep. Do you see the one about looking like an anime doll?
Yeah, I just
Okay.
I don't, just after what I the the vegan website that shared hentai porn as a criticism of the dairy industry. After that, I can just steer clear from.
Not going to do that. Okay. Well, this one.
Check out my Instagram if you want to follow up on that. It's there at ASI Enthusiast. But
all right.
I'm sorry in advance.
Here's an innocent one that's just like in the School Musical ? Like Yahoo Answers. Somebody give that person some answers. If Jesus rose from the dead, why can't I? Ooh, there's a question.
Somebody, like, statistically, somebody would have had to, because there have been billions of people that have existed.
Yep.
Since that time. So you would think things would replicate, right? Right? If they really happened in the first place,
it really happened in the first place.
Right?
Come on, fact. It's a fact. All right. I'm just trying to think if there's any other ones that I don't know what some of these mean. Okay, well here's one about a cat that you'd probably maybe you asked this question. My cat looks at me like she loves me and it scares me. Like you have to say everything.
I have male cats.
No? Oh yeah, okay, never mind. So that wasn't
male cats are supposed to be more friendly. So.
Oh, okay. Well, women should always be naked when indoors. That's a question.
That is approved.
The answer just yes. Why do Scorpio and Libra girls make me so goddamn horny? Are penis punches that dangerous?
Because planets.
Because astrology is real. That's why. So much real stuff. Yes. So yeah, people actually ask these questions on the internet because that's
the internet is a wonderful place.
Yeah, you get all your answers from the internet and from Yahoo Answers in particular, clearly.
And if you have any submissions for the Why We Love the Internet segment, you can send them to us at podcast@ascienceenthusiast.com. And while you're on the internet, like doing shit like that, check out our podcast page at scienceenthusiastpodcast.com. You can check out Natalie's page, Skeptical Parenting, me, who's Science Enthusiast. You could also, hop over to our Patreon at patreon.com/TSE podcast to get access to all sorts of good stuff, early uncut episodes and long cut episodes. Medium cut, I guess sometimes. I don't know. Sideways cut. I don't know. I don't know how you cut one of these episodes. You don't actually, it's not a physical thing that happens, but I don't know. That's what people say. So I say it and just repeat it because I'm a sheep. But if you don't want to be like Michael, Trevor, Alice, Michael, another Michael, Felix, Amanda, Chris, James, Sarah, or Jose, can't forget about him. Just tell your friends about us or leave us 5 stars or no stars or, stars. Because correct me if I'm wrong, but still a 4 star is better than no stars, right? Because then you have 4 more stars, right?
That's
how
true.
It works, right?
I think that's math.
That's evidence-based.
I think so. Yeah.
I think I did everything. I don't know. I went way off script here.
I think you did everything.
So I think I hit everything.
You did. You hit all the points. Do you want me to hit you with a quote?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Doubt is not a pleasant condition, but certainty is an absurd one. And that is Voltaire. And thank you to friend of the show, James Williams, for submitting that quote. See, look, we're using all the friends of the show. I like having friends of the show.
Or crowdsourcing.
Or
tomato.
Our friends are smart people that give us good information. So next week we have a friend joining us who we kind of teased this episode last week, but
Oof. Yeah, we bumped him
week
for.
I
don't think you can really complain about getting bumped for Kevin Polta, though. Let's be honest.
So we've got next week. We have our awesome interview with the amazing Miles Power, and we're gonna do something a little different for the God of the Week next week, and I'm gonna bring back our other friend of the show, Matt O'Neill, to share a Jesus story like you've never heard before, and I've heard it, you're going to hear it next week. And it's amazing and disgusting.
I was say, is that a threat or is that a promise? Because it sounds like a little both.
It's a little bit of both. It is absolutely a little bit of both. And I hope it's good for you. It's good for Jesus.
There's a few, I have like 5 jokes colliding in my head right now.
It's just like this, big bang of jokes up in there.
It was one of them.
Yeah.
Well, you just gave us a quote, didn't you? So I was about to say, hey, here's a quote. You already did that part.
I already did it. So
we're done.
Yeah, we're done. We're done. That's a wrap. It's 10 o'clock. I'm like,
it is. It's 10:05. That's 10. Calling it 10 o'clock is an alternative fact.
I'm sorry. That was not an evidence-based statement that I made because I'm looking at my clock and I'm saying
clock down here.
No, I'm looking. I looked at mine and I saw 10:05 and I'm just like, let's just round it down to 10. I lied to you. I'm sorry. Could we build trust back for next week? Can we do this again? Maybe.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe. Like, you want to think about it? I'll think about it.
Not looked at myself. My hair is like
puffy.
This is yeah. It's like
that is something. What is that?
It is. Well, it's all like that. It just doesn't look like that whenever.
Oh, I've never seen. Look at that. That's a lot of hair. Yeah. Well,
we're still on Facebook, so
we should get off Facebook.
Delete my account here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for for
doing this with us.
Yeah.
Dealing with us.
Yeah. Or I'm sorry. And I'm sorry.
It is definitely a little bit of both all the time. Thank you, sorry, and we hope you come back because maybe it'll get better. Right? Maybe it'll get better.
I mean, when you start at the bottom, you can only go.
There's nowhere to go. Only up. So, yeah. Bye, Facebook. Turn it off. Or did you already?
Yeah, it's done.
Okay, it's done.
We're still on YouTube though. Turn off OBS broadcaster. Or maybe it might just be OBS. I don't know if it's like then broadcast and then I don't know. On my computer, that's all I know. So what are we talking about now?
That's it.
Oh.
That's it. We're done.
We're done.
We are done. We did everything. So
now I get to edit.
This, yeah. Yeah, you do.
I don't know.
All right, cool.
That's all I got.
Well, Kevin was awesome. That was fun. I'm super stoked that we got to do that, and I like when we do these, like, just this thing came up. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, and to have the platform to do that, because I haven't looked at the numbers yet. And then I can pull it up here. Well, that's the video we just did. Where's the Falta video? How many views is that one at? It's at 7,000 views already. So good. That's nuts.
No, like I'm really stoked that we can do it. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just crazy that like we're even able to do that.
I know. See, and like
that he wants to do it, that we have the platform to do it, that
we're super lucky that we can do it. So this is good. Yeah. And then that Good Miles interview will be next week. So like we're good.
Yeah. And then what do we have after that? We got to give people like the bonus content here.
So it's like we have Miles
bonus content.
Then we have Lydia. Then we have Kevin. And then, do we pronounce her name Yasmin? Is that because I'm going to schedule her, Faisal's friend.
Yeah.
So like
that's going to be. I don't even know. That's one episode that I'm actually nervous about doing. Just the fact that like, we can tease it.
Yeah. Talk about it. What is it?
Yeah. We're talking to somebody whose husband was I don't. Was he recruited or was he just like? Just in he was either way. He's in prison right now, like for this, if I believe. But he was recruited by Al Qaeda and trained by Bin Laden, and was supposed to be on one of the
planes,
the 9/11 hijacker planes, but I don't know.
Yeah, so weird.
So that's gonna be a weird and should be very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, my view of something like that really, as much as is just like have her tell her story,
and then we have to figure out how to make dick jokes about Bin Laden.
Yeah, just easy stuff for us. Just
I mean that part. I mean that's our wheelhouse. So
our wheelhouse is dick jokes, and then we bring on smart people to balance this.
Well, and you could think he's at the bottom of the ocean. Well, probably not anymore. He probably got eaten by who knows what. So I mean, that's all spread around now.
So it's like
he could be in the fish now that you're eating, right?
Oh, dude, I don't like fish that much anyway. Whatever.
I don't like fish either.
Yeah, it's not one of my favorites.
This is good bonus content here.
What food do we like? Oh, man.
All right. It is time to stop.
All right. Stop.